All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's up, guys? It's Pihcam with HuddleGG, and in today's video we're going to talk about how we can understand and really know for 100% certainty who our running back is going to try to pick up on any given pass play when we are using him in pass protection. Now, we are going to be using a mechanic that is in the game to do this, and the great thing about this is going to work in any formation, any playbook in the game, because this is, again, universal across all of those. Okay, so what we're going to do, just come out in any formation here, and we're going to utilize the check and release route with our running back. Okay, now what you'll see is when we put the check and release on the running back, you're going to have a lot of times a C pop up above one of the defender's heads. Okay, obviously we have the M for IDing the mic, but now when you have the running back on a check and release, that's going to tell us who he's responsible for in a given play. Okay, so again, the mic is going to be the offensive line, and the C is going to be who the running back's picking up. Again, that's for the check and release route. Okay, that's what the icon's there for, and that's who he's going to target. Okay, now when we're doing this, it's very important to know that if we have him on a check and release, or if we're just blocking him normal, he's still going to target the same person. Okay, obviously when we take the check and release off the field, he's no longer, you're no longer going to see that C icon above the defender's head because we don't have a check and release route out there, but the running back will still target the same person regardless if he's on a check and release or if he's on a normal block. Okay, so what we can do is we can utilize this check and release to understanding where our running back is going to block, and then we can block him just to make sure that he stays in and blocks the entire play rather than blocking and then releasing out into his route like he would on a check and release. Okay, so when it comes to the check and release, first of all, just a breakdown is what he's going to do is he's going to look at the guy with the C above his head, and if that guy blitzes, he's going to block him for a second or two and then go out on the route. If that guy doesn't blitz, he's going to say, I don't care about the rest of the play, I'm going out on my route anyways. Okay, so what you'll see here, if that guy's not blitzing, you'll see how quickly this guy goes out into his route. Again, he takes a brief step just to check, and then he goes out into that route very quickly, right? So if we go to replay real quick, you can see, again, with this, he's going to check that guy, again, that slot defender. He doesn't see him blitzing, so now he's going to go out into the route, and you can throw that and add that into the progression. Now, if you do the same check and release here, and that guy is blitzing, right? So let's say we're blitzing that nickel off the right. Obviously, that is where the C is. So that's who our running back is going to target. You're going to see that the running back's actually going to stay in for a given amount of time, target that guy, and then he'll release out into his route. Okay? So if we run this, you see how he's staying in, targeting, and then he gets a brief block, and he's going to release out into his route at that point. Now, the reason he doesn't block him too long here is because it takes long for that slot guy to actually loop around. Like I said, the running back's on a timer here, so he's going to briefly chuck him and then go out into the route. If the DB would have gotten there quicker, he would have held the block a little bit longer. But you can see here, obviously, he still is targeting the correct guy, right? He has his eyes on him the entire time. And the key to picking up blocks in this game is making sure that you're targeting correctly with your offensive line and your running back. And over at HuddleGG, I released a blocking guide earlier this year where I break down blocking in depth, and I really talk about how to understand how your offensive line is going to target people, how your blocking tight ends are going to target people, and how your running backs are going to target people. So obviously in this video we are talking about the running back, but head over to HuddleGG and check out that full blocking guide. It's over an hour of video where I really break down the offensive line, which is obviously even more important, and then also tight ends and how they block and how IDing the mic and stuff works with them as well. So back to this, when we are running this check and release, like I said, the first thing we want is to understand that if we do have the mic and the C on the field at the same time, like we see here, right? We have the mic on the left of screen linebacker, we have the C on that slot corner. That tells us that the offensive line is going to target the mic and the running back is going to target the C. Okay? At that point, once we get the look that we know how it's going to block, then we'll just block our running back, right? So if we just do the same thing we just did, right, where the running back blocked him for a second and then leaked out, as long as we know that he was supposed to block that guy, you see he targets him the whole time, and he's going to hold that block for the entire play. Okay, so again, there we didn't leave the check and release on the field. because we want him to hold that block. But what we did do was we used the check and release to understand who he's targeting. So now we can know where our threats are, right? So here we feel pretty comfortable that no one's coming off the right side because we know that running back's going to pick that guy up. So we would really just have to keep our eyes to the left and make sure nothing's coming from that side, right? But you see the running back, he's targeting him the entire play, and he does a really good job of picking that up in pass protection there. Okay, now one thing that you'll go against here that you want to be aware of is there will be times where there is no C on the field. Okay, so like I said, when there's an M and a C, the offensive line is going to target the M, the running back will target the C. If there's no C on the field when you have the check and release out there, the running back is going to target the Mike. Okay, so if there's no C, now this says with this given look, even if we block the running back, he's going to target the Mike. Okay, now obviously in this play, it's the same player that we just talked about. But let's say we set up an adjustment like this where we ID the left side corner and we slid our line right, and now you can see there's no C on the field, but there is a Mike. So now our running back is going to immediately go to the left side of the screen here because that is his responsibility. So again, using this check and release route, we really know that the running back is not going to target people on the right. So let's say they blitz these three guys, right? So they're blitzing the two guys on the right, and then we are blitzing that nickel on the left as well. It's not showing up, but they're blitzing this guy, and then this guy over here. So, I mean, common sense would say, hey, my running back's going to pick up one of those guys on the right, right? That's the side of the field he's on. But no, what you're going to see here is because there's no C icon on the field, now if we block that running back, he's going to be targeting the Mike, and you'll see he immediately goes over there to the left, and now it's the offensive line's job to pick up everybody else. Okay, so that's a very important thing to understand when you're looking at this check and release route, is understanding, is there a C on the field or is there not a C on the field? And again, the C being on the field is completely based upon the way you're shifting your line, the person you're IDing, and the side of the field that your running back's on, especially if you're in shotgun. Okay, so like I said, here, if we are able to get the C on a player, again, we'll do the same exact thing here. We'll blitz the same exact guys. And what you'll see here is if we know that the C is on that right of screen player like it is here, we can reblock that running back. And now, just because we've shifted and we understand where that check and release would go, now we understand where a normally blocked running back would go as well. So when we say hike here, the running back should, in fact, go to the right, and now the left of screen nickel would come in, even though we're running the same exact play we just ran. And what you'll see here is he targets that guy on the right again, and like I said, the left of screen nickel comes in. So like I said, it really helps you understand where your threats are and where the pressure may be coming in, because you understand where your line and where your running back are going to target, right? And you can see there, he does a really good job of targeting who he's supposed to, but then on the left, that's where we would have to look out for that pressure coming in, right? Now, the last thing that I want to talk about here is understanding there will be times where, depending on where we ID, the C will be on a player like this, right? So let's say they're blitzing both nickels, okay? So here they're blitzing both nickels, and they're not blitzing that linebacker this time, okay? So what we just talked about is the running back is going to target the C, right? If there's a C on the field, the running back's going to target him. On this play, there is a C on the field, but that C is not blitzing, okay? So what the running back's going to do is he's actually going to take the next threat to that side of the field, okay? So you see here, even though that guy's not blitzing, the right of screen corner is blitzing. So even though if we block this running back and we have that left of screen guy ID'd, right, we know that when we have the check and release on the field, we do have a C. So now the running back is going to target right, okay? So when we do this, the running back should, again, he'll initially peek at that linebacker because that was the C. That's who he's supposed to initially target. But as soon as he sees him not blitzing, he's then going to turn his attention to that slot corner on the right and pick him up. So you'll see here, he does just that, and he's targeting him. Once he sees him getting blocked, he'll then try to look elsewhere to help anywhere else he can. But what you'll see here, again, his first initial look is to that right? He's looking over here. As soon as he sees him get blocked, he's now turning his attention to the next immediate threat to the quarterback. And again, obviously he's too late there, But that would be on us as the quarterback, in knowing that that running back will not be responsible for that left of screen player, right? Occasionally he may get over there just in time, but the way that we set up our blocking, he is going to target right first, and we know that. So again, our job is to make sure if that pressure is coming off the side or off that left side now, we would have to get that ball out quick or step up in the pocket and try to run with our quarterback. So again, as you can see, using this check and release route really can open up the knowledge that you have of understanding where your running back's going to go, and then in turn is going to allow you to really start to set up different blocking techniques against the different metas in this game and against the different formations you'll face. And again, this doesn't just work against Dollar. This doesn't just work in this formation that I'm in. This works in any formation as long as you have a running back on the field. And this also works against any formation that the defense may be throwing at you as well. If you've made it to the end of this video, odds are you're serious about becoming a better Madden player, and we're here to help. On our website at HuddleGG, $9.95 a month unlocks all of our full game plans created by some of the best Madden players in the world. You'll also have access to our private Discord where Madden pros will answer your questions and help take your game to the next level. Have a great day.